Good morning, sir. Before we start our class, can I make one suggestion?
Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead.
If we have time, can you talk about the class that you missed about stress management?
Okay.
Because I think we really need to know about that.
Okay. I'm trying to that. I'm also planning for that on day. After this class, we will continue that one. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Can you see my slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But why this things is coming to my screen? Why this one is coming? Please. Okay. Everybody visible, no? The slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, good morning, everybody. Let's start today session with personality development. How a person develop their personality. Why we call it just a good personality, bad personality? Why? What are the things that it's required to develop the personality, and what are the theories that is required that is proposed in the psychology and psychiatry? Okay, and some of do's and don'ts of personality development. Why it is not moving? Okay. So what is personality? It is totality of behavior and your emotional trait that characterize from a person in day-to-day living in under normal circumstances, not in abnormal when you are stressed out, not like that, but in under normal circumstances, and mainly from by adulthood, and which is expected to be stable and which is predictable, and which is predicted that this person will have this kind personality of this kind, good personality, bad personality. So it is predictable, and what people feels like you should be you. It is not copying other person behavior or just showing off. It's not like that, but what is you is to be you. Okay, that is visible and also predictable and stable, and it is mainly found in the adulthood. Okay, after you crossing the 18 years of age, certain age. Okay, so this is called the adult periods. So some characteristics that what are the dimensions that is been built for a personality to develop. That is, we have 5-factor model that is called 5F model. So that is depending upon your openness to experience, conscientious, extraversion,
Sir,
agreeableness.
sir, your slide is not moving.
Okay, I think I will join again. I will leave the meeting and join again. Maybe that will just require. This like this is moving now, visible.
Yes, sir, it's moving.
It's moving now. Okay, so I better make half one. Full one. It's not moving. Okay. So that 5 factors are like your openness to experience and conscientious, your extraversion, then agreeableness, and neuroticisms. This is which is acronyms are sometimes like acronym with oceans. We call it oceans. That is one is O for os, openness to experience, and C for your conscientiousness, and E for your extraversion, A for agreeableness, and N for your neuroticism. So we'll discuss this one here. So the dimensions are 5 there. So it is depends upon the level. When the person is high level of openness, then it will have inventive and curious type of personality. When it's low level, then it becomes cautious and conservative. Okay, so in conscientious also, when our level are high, then efficient and it's very organized. But when it's low, then it will be just not caring type, easygoing, careless. Then your extraversion, when extraversion is high level, then a person will have outgoing or energetic. When the extraversion is low level, then it will have solitary, aloofness, and reserved. Person will have that kind of thing will be there. And when the person has agreeableness is high level, then it will be very friendly and compassionate. But when it is low level, it is always competitive and outspoken. In neuroticism, when the person has high level of neuroticism, then person will have always worried, nervous. Okay, but when it is a low level, it will become secure and confident. So openness experience, that is, person will have inventive or curious, or maybe consistent or cautious. How? The openness to experience describe a person degree of your intellectual curiosity, the creativity and appreciation of for art, emotion, adventure, then your unusual ideas and curiosity and variety of experience. It is also described as an extent to which a person is imaginative or independent, and it depicts a person's preference for a variety of activities over a strict routine. So when the person is openness, will just it is high level, then the person will have high intellectual curiosity, will have more creativity, more inventive. Okay. So conscientiousness is it will lead a person may develop efficient, organized, or maybe easygoing or carelessness. So conscientiousness is a tendency to show self-discipline, act dutifully, or aim for achievement. When the person is not a low level of conscientiousness, then he will not will not have self-discipline. He will just easygoing like that. Okay, but when the person is having high conscientiousness, then he will show dutifully, he will show self-discipline and aim for the achievement. So it refer to he will have planning, organization, and dependability. So you can depend. But when it's low level of consciousness, then it cannot be dependent and no planning and disorganized type. So extraversions, it may lead to outgoing or energetic, or solitary, or aloofness, or your reserved personality. So extraversion, it describes about the positive energy, the positive emotion, the energy, how much you have. Okay. Assertiveness, okay, confidence, sociability, and talkativeness, and the tendency to seek stimulation in the company of others. So agreeableness. Agreeableness, agreeableness is a tendency to compassionate and cooperative rather than suspicious and antagonistic toward others. So when a person is compassionate, and then he will become more friendly, more talkative, high level. But when it is low level, then it will become analytical or detached from others. So it will not be socialized. It also measured one, trusting and helpful nature, and whether a person is generally well tempered or not. Last one is that neuroticism. A person is neuroticism. Neuroticism described as a tendency to experience unpleasant emotion. Hello. Good morning. Okay. I'm right now. I'm having class, so I'll call you later. Oh. Sorry. Neuroticism is a tendency to experience the unpleasant emotion easily, such as anger, anxiety, or depression, or vulnerability. When a person is having low level of neuroticism, then the person will have stable personality, calm. Okay, but when it's high, the person will have anxious. Okay, it refers to the degree of emotional stability and impulse control. So is sometimes referred to as the low pole of emotional stability. So personality development. Personality development includes the activity that it needs to improve the awareness and the identity. That is a role that develop talents and potential, that build a human, your capability and capital, your knowledge, and facilitate employability, so that you will be doing the things and experience or apply the things in productive way. Then enhance quality of life. But last but not least is that it contributes to the realizations of dreams and aspirations. So it is a long process. And when a person when personal development takes place in the context of institution, it refers to the how the methods, the programs, the tools, the technique assessment system is there that support human development in the individual level of in organization. So personality development include the activities that develop your talent, awareness, awareness, enhances your potential, and look to improve the quality of life. It involves both formal and informal activities, okay, that puts people in the role of a leader or as a guide or a teacher or manager for helping them to realize their full potential. And it can be concluded that the process to improving or transforming the personality is called personality development. What are the significant or importance of personality development? Most people underestimate the importance of having this pleasing personality. A majority of people that think that it means he has to be born good looking one, that there is anything, it's not anything much to do about it. So they believe this is a myth, okay? But it is not always true. The scope of personality development is quite broad. It is depends upon your personality, people will like or not like, okay? It includes knowing how to dress well, social gracing, grooming, the speech, and about your interpersonal skill. Like yesterday we have discussed in the class, interpersonal skill. And whatever your career, these are very important skills that will promote your objective, whether you will be qualified and not qualified. Nowadays in a different big company, they look for this kind of EQ, that interpersonal skills, also the speech, then this kind of thing is there. So to better appreciate its importance, some of the key benefit for developing your personality includes, this should be You should have confidence, credibility, interaction, how you interact, communicates, okay, communication skill, and leading or motivating. You'll be as a leader and as a motivator, and you have a fun of knowledge, like a curiosity, want to know more, like that. So confidence, personality developments gives more confidence to people. So if you have that kind of personality, confident personality, then you will become more confident to the surrounding people also. When you know you are appropriately attired or dressed and groomed, this makes you less anxious when meeting a person. When you are going for a meeting or to meet somebody, when you are dressed properly, attired properly, and groomed properly, then you will not have that anxious anxiety feeling or stress up will not be there. So you will not be embarrassed. Knowing the right things to say and how to conduct yourself will increase your confidence. Okay, so confidence is not only your looks, about your behavior also, personality, means body language, and your how you convey and conduct. Credibility.
Sir,
Yes.
on that confidence topic, how do we know the right thing to say? It says for confidence, knowing the right thing to say. How will we know the right thing to say?
You know the right thing to say means there is a suppose, as for example, you meeting somebody in a library, but you are shouting, saying that I in like that in loud voice, that it is not appropriate in that right time, in that situation. So it should be situation appropriate. Or when you are wishing some means when you are addressing somebody by a name or by without knowing, just saying hey like that, you will not be responding. So if you can make the things if you know the person earlier that by the name, then only you can address properly. So this is called the right thing, knowing the right things to say. Means if you are knowing earlier the things, then you can convey the things in confidence and the right things. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
And credibility. Yeah, personality developments makes people more credible. Okay, so if you have the good personality, then despite saying that you don't judge a book by its covers, but it often do. People tend to judge you by your dressing and by how it, not only dressing, how it worn. Okay, whether you wear it properly or not. So it depends the looks also. So this doesn't mean that only the expensive clothes only will have a good personality or you will be more attractive. It's not like that. See, even if you have a good, if you are not dressing properly, then the people will with the same dress also you may look shabby. Okay, so you have to enhance your physical features. There is also, and there are also people who looks great even if their dress are not properly means not expensive also. Interaction, personality development encourages people to interact with others. Okay, it will then studies, some of the studies shows that people communicates more openly with people they are comfortable with. Okay, if you are not hygiene, if you are not dressed properly, if your social grace are unrefined, then you have hard time to connect with people. Leading and motivating. Personality development enhances the capacity to lead and motivate. Okay, person with a winning personality will be able to motivate leaders better. So they will do the things like walk the talk. They will imply the action, and people are less likely to be get bored, and they will have our ideas will be more credibility, and we can lead them better if the project of aura of confidence and credibility are there in leading and for a leadership quality. Then curiosity. A single wrong word can destroy a business relationship. Like yesterday, we have discussed about how you should use a word correctly. Knowing the right things to say, so both respect and intellectual sophistication. So if you can say good word and lots of means in an appropriate time, in appropriate situation, then the surrounding people will be more confident about you. The right thing to do in our country may be horrible for a blunder in a different culture or different country. Okay, the body language, or maybe like nodding your head, type of nodding. This one is we in this kind of area. When we nod your head like this, that means it shows that it is yes. But for others in the southern part of India, in India also, if you nod like this, that means no. But for us, so if you show side by side like this, that means we say that no. But in southern part of India, they will say that this is yes. So these are variations. Okay, these are the soft skills. So soft skill that may break or make a deal. So these are the things that if you are doing a business or talking or interacting with somebody, then you should have a communication skill. People are more receptive to what you say if they are impressed with your personality. So verbal communications skills are also a part of your personality development. Then you improving your speech will strengthen the impact what you want to deliver the message. Okay. And some of the theories like psychoanalytic theory, behavioral and humanistic theory of personality development. So I will discuss only psychoanalytic theory, the behavior and humanistic just for you to know. But I'll discuss a little bit detail in psychoanalytic theory. So psychoanalytic theory, it is given coined by Sigmund Freud. According to the psychoanalytic theory, most of what control our behavior, thoughts, and feeling is unknown to our aware mind, or that is remain in an unconscious level. So normally our conscious guide us. So we are always guided by the unconscious, or what we call reflex. Okay. Sigmund Freud said that the mind could be divided into three abstract categories. They are id, ego, and superego. Not only that, we divide the conscious level of our mind also. We have divided conscious, subconscious, then we have unconscious level. So the id, ego, and superego. These are lying like they are mostly in the unconscious level. So the id, it is a basic instinct, and then that is gained by the inborn disposition and has an animalistic urge. Sorry. It is totally unconscious, and we are unaware of it working. So it works it is not rational. It is not rational, and it imagines, dreams, and invent things to get us what we want. So it works in an unrealistic condition. So it operates according to pleasure principle and aim toward pleasurable things, only aiming toward the pleasurable things, away from painful things. They try to it always try to away from the reality. Okay, and it aims to satisfy our biological urge and drive. What is there inside the biological drive by pleasurable things only? It includes a feeling of hunger, thirst, sex, and other natural body desire that deriving pleasure. The ego, that is Latin word, Greek and Latin word for I. This personality structure begins developing in the childhood and can be interpreted as the self. Okay, the ego means self. The ego is partly conscious and partly unconscious, but the it is always unconscious. The ego operates according to the reality principle, but it always work in pleasurable pleasurable principle. That the ego that it is attempt to help the it. Ego always help to attempt what the it desire, and it makes it the reality principle. What it want by judging the difference between real and imaginary. If a person is hungry, the it might begin to imagine food. Okay, food, that what type of food I want to eat, and even dream about food. That it is not rational. The ego, however, will try to determine how to get some real food. The ego helps a person to satisfy need through reality. Then the other one is the super ego. This means above the ego. It includes the moral idea that the persons learn within the family and from the society. The super ego believes gives people feeling of pride when they do something correct. That is the ego ideal or stable. The feeling of guilt when they do something they were considered to be morally wrong, what the conscience says. Okay, so it helps to develop a person conscience. So moreover, the personality development helps in the superego. The it and ego helps the person to drive, develop as a whole. But the main role is played by the superego for the personality development. The superego, like an ego, is a partly conscious and also partly unconscious, and is a child moral barometer. So the moral, if you have the morality, then you will have that personality. It creates a feeling of pride or guilt according to the belief that have been learned within the family and from the culture and from the surrounding and society. So according to the psychoanalytic theory, defense mechanisms are automatics. What are the defense that reflects that it's unconscious, the unconscious, the automatic reaction to the fear that the id desire will overwhelm the ego. And Freud believes, according to Freud, that healthy personality was one in the which the id but super ego satisfied in the if the id is too strong, then only it becomes person will develop a person will be rude, overbearing, selfish, animalistic behavior, or sometimes it becomes a psychopath. If the superego is too strong, the person will always constantly worried, nervous, full of guilt and anxiety, and is always repressing the id desire. And overly strong it will make a person a psychopath, antisocial personality, lacking of conscience, or an ornery or selfish, meeting one's needs without concern for the others. An overly strong superego, on the other hand, makes one's worried, it becomes neurotic, also overwhelmed by guilt, and that is called difficult to get satisfaction or pleasure. Okay. So other person, that is Erik Erikson, he give us theory of personality development in 8 stages. So these are 8 stages that was described time of crisis. Okay, so how a person will develop. Yes, table only. I will not. I will go for. And other aspect of personality development is your body language, problem solving capacity, and conflict and stress management. So that stress management I'll be dealing with the next one. Then decision making skill, leadership and qualities of successful leaders, and character building, and teamwork and time management. We have discussed yesterday, and work ethics and good manners and etiquette. Okay, so body language. Body language is a unconscious and your conscious transmission that interpret the feeling on attitudes and moods through your body posture, your movement, okay, that movement and your physical state and position and relation to the other's body and object and surroundings and your facial expression and eye movement or eye contact. This process of communication, what you are feeling or thinking by the way you place and move your body rather than by words. So this is called body. It is a non-verbal communication. Okay. The study of body language is known as kinesis, which is derived from the Greek word kinesis, which means emotion. So important of body language is when one express his or a feeling, it has been said that 55% of the communication consists of body language. Okay, 38% is expressed via your tone of voice or intonation, but amazingly, just 7% is communicated by words. Okay, this means that we express most of our feeling, that is 93% by non-verbal way only, non-verbal way communication, and our words are only 7%. So what we are saying or expressing. A factor of body language can be not just how we hold or move our bodies. Body language is potentially encompasses how we position our bodies, our closeness to and to the space between us and other people, and how this changes our facial expression, our eye especially, and how our eyes move and focus, etc. And how we touch ourselves and others, how our bodies connect with the others, non-bodily things, for instance, like pen, cigarettes, spectacles, or clothing. Our breathing, that is, we have less noticeable physical effect, for example, like heartbeat and your perspiration. Other one is the problem solving. Problem solving is a mental process wherein an individual analyzes, interprets, attacks, or a problem at hand and choose from a pool of solution possibilities to reach the simplest solution. So this is defined as problem solving. It involves individual creativity and decision-making abilities. So the step of problem solving are identifying problems. First, you identify the problem and forming a strategy. How will you reach? How will you approach the problem? And organizing information. What information you have already there? What you know, or where you can get it, the knowledge to solve the problem. Allow then monitoring should be there. Without monitoring, you cannot solve it. And other one is a decision skill. It is a logical and ordered process and can help you to do this by making sure that you address all the critical elements needed for a successful outcome. Our 7 steps approach takes this into account for decision making. Create a constructive environment. Investigate the situation in detail. Generate a good alternative. Explore your option. Select the best solution, and then evaluate your plan and communicate your decision, and you tell the others or yourself and take action. What other leadership qualities for leadership or qualities for a successful leader? So you have to be an exemplary character and walk the talk, like action one. You say and you do the action also. Enthusiastic about the work or causes also about their role as a leader, a good leader, and it should be a confident and need to function in orderly and purposeful manner in a situation of uncertainty. It welcomes the problem. It welcomes the problem also. When uncertainty, then he should stick to the point. Okay. And tolerance of ambiguity and remain calm, composed, and steadfast to the main purpose. And keeping the main goal in focus and is able to think analytically and committed to excellence, not perfectionist. So the good manners and etiquettes are like good manner. If you have a good manner, it costs you nothing, but may win more almost everything. They are the skill of making people feel easy and comfortable in your surrounding. And we can have better relationship with people we know and meet in a day-to-day life just for behaving well. And courtesy, politeness, or having good manners are and about respecting others and also yourself. If you show good manners, everything will go, then you will get the same way, and others, it will encourage others to behave you in the same way towards you. So some good manners at home you should learn. Help others at home. Say please and thank you whenever it is required. Never read letter and a message that belongs to others. And never stay in a bathroom longer than required. Never talk back or put when scolded. Never tease or take others members of the family. Feel and say sorry if hurt anyone feeling. Don't switch a television program to suit only you. Hold the door opens for the person coming in, especially if he is carrying something, and knock at the door before you entering somebody homes or when you somebody rooms. Get up in the morning as soon as you are called. Keep yourself and your space or room clean. Go for a meal on time. So you cannot win by the talent and hard work alone for your personal development. So personal development is a crucial ingredient that you must obtain it. Most of the people you see as a model of great personality have taken a lot of effort in developing their natural features. So it makes them to be habit. So we will have a quick pick on the stress management. I will stop this one. Stops here. Other one. Share screen. Other one will be. Where is that? My folder. The technique I will discuss because it management and stress, it will take long. Can you visualize the slide?
No, sir.
Okay, let me check.
No, sir.
No. Let me check. Not yet, no? Now, stress management.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it really works, this techniques. Okay. So stress management technique. So managing your stress, you have to the anxiety and other stress symptoms, and you can learn strategies and techniques that provide stress relief. So one is your breathing. Breathing is the most important for technique for stress, one of the most easily practiced. So breathing helps to slow down or to even stop the stress response. Take times to practice and learn well and use daily. So and often people do not learn how to breathe correctly and do not use it consistently. So sometimes people, they forget to breathe, not die, but they forget how to breathe properly, correctly. So you need to learn breathing technique until it becomes automatic habit. Like practice 15 times a day for 1 minute. You breathe every time you are waiting for something like phone or kids or inline or a walk. You can do this one in any place. It is not a big deal. So slowly inhale, counting 1, and pause for some time, and for a moment, and then slowly exhale, counting 2, like that. 2. Then slowly inhale, counting 3. Repeat for a moment and hold for a moment. Then slowly exhale, counting 4. Same way, continue inhaling and counting 4. Then exhaling, counting 5. Till it reaches 10. Then you can stop. Again, you can practice slowly inhale up to 7, pause for a moment, and slowly exhale, counting 8. Try to feel try to feel the cool air in your nose when you inhale, and try to feel the warmness of your breath that when you exhale it. Okay, you may repeat this for another 4 breaths. Usually it's practice up to 4 breaths, and stay in the present. Okay, yesterday we have said yesterday is a past, tomorrow is a past,
Misery.
and tomorrow is a misery. Then today is the present. So you should always stay in the past, or stay in the present. Sorry. And so worry about the future and regrets about the past keeps you more stressed, and it will drive away you from enjoying the moment. So may manage it will. If you stay in present, may manage the distress by focusing on the present, and it can be control focus by what you pay attention to. So you should be always mindful awareness here. Okay, to stay in the present, you have mindful awareness. Close your eyes, breathe, and notice your body, how a heart beats, how the intake of air feels, and how your stomach feels when you breathe in. Okay, that mindfulness. Close your eyes. Try to feel-ness. And then keep your eyes closed. Shift your awareness away from your body to everything else that you can smell, hear, sense, and feel through your skin. Others, and shift back and forth between what is going on the body and what is going on around you. Can ignore physical and body sensation and manage worry. Learn to control both your internal and external sensation, the awareness, and manage the body. Care for yourself through eating right. Okay, not going for the junk food, getting enough sleep, then exercising. Follow a routine to keep your body fit, balanced, and resilient, and avoid like excessive sugar, nicotine, or alcohol or caffeine. They overstimulate and produce high and low that leads to stress, especially in excess. So worry, dread, fret, and worry. The 3 can tell your names and find you. Okay, dread, fret, and worry. You may find yourself searching for something to stress and worry about and get stuck in distress, and can easily find dread, doom situation that leads to getting more stressed out. And worrying is a habit that can be changed, and that you have to change. So when the worry is now light and the voice show up, do not listen. If it is merely the result of your physical tension, okay, turn them off and ignore them. Get some relief by using muscle relaxation, okay, by muscle relaxation technique, like some of the major muscle groups you can do whenever, even if you are studying also, even if you are sitting on a bus or sitting on a couch, enjoying that time also you can do, or when you are in a classroom or in a practical also you can do that one, muscle relaxation. So move your muscle relaxation, move down your body, tightening and then relaxing the major group of muscle from your back down to the toes. If any one or two muscles groups are not relaxed, you may return and repeat tightening and releasing technique and enjoy the relaxation for a few minutes. First feel the tense, then relax and feel the relaxation also. Then this way you practice, then you can enjoy the muscle relaxation technique. And more fun, often we talk about life too seriously. We take life about very seriously and fail to have enjoyed the fun. So see potential problem rather than joy, and remain tightly wired and stressed, and schedule for more playtime, laugh, jokes, have more fun, and find pleasure and delightful every day. So you have to do your things in a time management or like in that way. Without worry, nobody can succeed, okay? But you should worry well, but only once. Some worry need to be faced and deal with directly so that they do not get out of control. 10 minutes is usually plenty of time to worry well. Worry means thinking the problem, that is, no? Then stop the worry if it is not, yes, it is counterproductive. So worry well plan. How to deal with the worries. Worry through all the issue. Do all your necessary now to cope the worry. Set a future time to think about your worry and write the time on a calendar when to worry. Okay. If and when the thought worry pops, you just say stop or no. I already enough for it, and change and divert through the something else. Planning not to worry. A good plan does not need constant review. So a worried person will always review the plan over and over and over and over. So ruminating does not equal planning. So you should worry only once. The routine robins of replanning leads to more ruminating and stress out. So good planning, it will always give you concrete identifying a problem, list the problem solving option, select one of the option, write out an action plan. Plan not to worry. So if you are worrying, say to yourself, stop, I have a plan for that. Thought stopping. So other one is that thought stopping. Ruminating worry has a life of its own. So disturb and interferes with every other thought. So goal is to interrupt the negative thought and then to replace it with some positive thought. Turn it off. Some may worry from one topic to another, like pinball that never rests and stop. So this does not work. So need a way to cool off and stop the flow of ruminating again and again. So clearing the space. The technique of clearing space is to turn off and to quiet the ruminative mind. Sit quietly with your eyes closed. Focus on open container, ready to receive every issue of your mind, and see and name each issue and imagine placing into the container, and mentally put a lid on the container and put it away until you need to get something from it. Okay. And clearing the space technique. Once the jar and container is on the shelf or put out or put away, invite the next most important thought or feeling into the open space left in the mind. Then at night, invite the peaceful thought to focus upon while drifting off to sleep. So the summary is that you can learn techniques and methods to manage your stress. It is like learning to ride a bike, to rollerblade, or to play an instrument. Once you know, you can use it daily in your life and use this technique daily. So anything I can add? You know now breathing technique, relaxation, and how to that clearing the space technique. Okay, how to relieve from your, and your time management should be there. Proper planning that will lead you to stress-free life. So thank you class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Is it
Thank you, sir.
beneficial for you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you have anything problem, you can call me also.
Sir,
My
can
number
you
is there.
give us your number?
Oh, okay. My number, just wrote it down. Should I dictate it now? It is 98540 40320. I repeat, 98540 40320. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.